See this at jumping shows and all over with big warm bloods, but the horses are running people over. I've been standing there talking to a lady with her horse literally circling her the entire time she was talking with me, going, well, there's nothing I can do. And I wanted to grab the horse and back it up, but I couldn't do that because she would have been all upset because then I was being mean to her horse. But it all starts on the ground right here with respect. Now you don't have to get aggressive with them unless they get aggressive with, do what?
Now our feet are still after we back them up. I say
Right.
that and then she moves.
Yeah, you want their feet to be still. You don't have to be aggressive with them ever unless they're aggressive with you. If they bite or kick you, it's okay to bite or kick them back. Because you see that in the pasture. They want to be dominant. You want to be the dominant horse, but you want to be a sweet dominant horse. You have to think like a horse to be with horses. Like people think that, oh, I can just be a trail rider and I can just ride. I don't have to really know anything. I can just ride. Unfortunately, that's wrong. If you're going to ride horses or handle horses in any way, you have to learn how to train them, because every time you handle them, you're training them something, be it good or bad. So if you have a good horse and it's developing bad habits, you know who that's on? It's not on the horse, it's on you. So, and I'm not saying you have to be mean to them all the time. In fact, love on them when they're standing and being good and leading well, love on them. Love on them as much as you want. But if they're being disrespectful or naughty or crossing you or walking on top of you, they need to back up. That's a disrespectful thing. So, we wanted to show you some of that. Is there anything else that we want to make a point about? One step up without you asking, 2 steps back.
Yeah.
You can use your voice. We use an ah sound if they're starting to be naughty. She's learning.
She is. She's getting it.
And the minute, now you can't just stand there and drag them around. I've seen this before too. You want to release, the pressure release is the reward, as well as petting and stuff. But the initial reward is pressure release. So if you have to pull on them for a minute to get them to move forward, the minute they do, watch, release the pressure. That's how they figured out. If you're just dragging them around and you never release the pressure, they never learn, and they'll fight you every step of the way.
And if they go to be stubborn and try to go a different direction, you can't just let loose and circle them. You got to stick with what you originally asked.
You see how there we go. Then she releases. And you can't get mad at them. You're the teacher. If they're not getting it, you're not explaining it to them correctly. So they're an animal that's trying to learn. And another thing that Katie and I notice that a lot of people have a hard time with this, just with people as well. If you're not good with people and understanding their moods and what they're thinking to some degree, you're probably not going to be the greatest horse handler on the planet, no offense. But you have to be able to read what they're thinking and be able to think like a horse to some degree. Like if they're afraid, you can't get mad at them. They're afraid of something, you have to work them through it gently and kindly. If they're being stubborn, you can get after them a little bit and make them do it, but you have to be able to read the difference, and that can be real difficult for people. So again, if you're going to get into horses, learn some of the basics of training. Otherwise, you're going to make your horse worse. You can take a really good horse and jack them up pretty quickly if you're not doing things correctly and mistraining them all the time and letting them be dominant. And once they get dominant and they don't think of you as being somebody they can trust and the leader, they'll get scared. They'll get aggressive even sometimes. It's basically like spoiling your child, don't you think,
Yes.
to some degree?
They need boundaries, just like children.
They do, and they're going to test your boundaries. Even a 20-year-old gelding will test your boundaries from time to time. That's their nature, and you're going to have to be firm with them. You can't just love on them all of the time if they're being naughty, kind of like with kids. Don't make them entitled and spoiled and naughty. You want them to be respectful, well-behaved, and like you.
Right now it's time to sing out the dance!
The lyrics will flow, yo, for the words I speak. Rap is weak, so I teach and I reach. A positive vibe, a way of life is how I'm living. So get hyped to the rhythm. KLF is the crew you hear, yeah. Design a rhyme I just won't fear. Back to react, enough is enough. Let me ask you a question.